Hi guys, this is Androidpipe.com and I'm here with the famous game called Syberia. This one is a PC game from back in 2002 that has been ported to Android. It's an adventure game, it's a point and click game from the famous Benoit Sokal, and I'm testing it on a tablet called the Evolio X8. As you can see, it's all about tapping, exploring areas, and using objects in various puzzles. Of course, there are a lot of dialogues and cinematic sequences in this title. You have to pay great attention to what you do and what you say.
I imagine you are aware of the business that brings me here.
The title Syberia costs $5. You can find it in the Google Play Store, and you play a skate walker who is a lawyer from New York. And she has to participate in the purchase of the Vorarlberg factory. It's a toy factory in a town from the French Alps that's filled with automatons who are little robots, cute little robots that are all around. And when you arrive in the town to purchase the factory, you'll find out that the owner of the factory, Anna Vorarlberg, has died, and you have to search for her brother and facilitate the purchase of the company and the factory. You'll find a lot of these documents. You have to keep them and use them further on. There are also some quirky characters to meet, like Momo for example, and also some bonuses like the drawings from Benoit Sokal himself. So we took the paper and now we're off to the factory and the surrounding areas. In order to move around, you can see that you can double tap. You can do a single tap to walk slowly or double tap to run. Now I'm going to exit the door. This is a notary office in the town Valladolid. I've actually played this game back in 2002. I actually fell in love with it. It was a very nice game. And it still keeps its charm even after 12 years. I just got a telescopic key that I'm going to use in another part of the town. One of the best things about this game is the music, and a stellar thing about this game is the voice acting. Kate Walker and all the other actors are doing a great job. Okay, let's go around the town a little bit. As you can see, there is a gate here. There are two types of marks in this game. One is the arrow showing you doors or exit locations, and another one is a little hand that shows you can pick up objects. As I said, it's a point and click game, it's a touch and click game. The adventures will take you to Eastern Russia. There are lots of created puzzles involving little wheels, little cogs, and steampunk machines. By the way, you also have a phone that you can use to find out clues for your puzzles and chat to people like your fiancé, your mother. This is the fiancé. This is quite a long game. You'll reach about 5-6 hours of gameplay if you really take your time. Of course, you can rush through it and finish it in about 3 hours. I have to admit I finished it and now I'm at the second play. So let's go around exploring the town of Valladolid. You'll have to travel by train in some parts. You'll meet a friendly little robot called Oscar. And now I'm going to use an object. This is my bag of objects. I can choose each of them by tapping it. I chose the telescopic key.
Doesn't look like that worked.
And let's try it here. That's how you interact with objects. You place one in an area, then you interact with it, and it's all done. This is a cinematic sequence. Even by today's standards, this game looks quite well. So let me give you an example of the use of the phone. For example, you'll be at a hotel and there's a waiter who knows a cocktail recipe. Close to the end of the game, there is a lady who sings and she needs a special cocktail for her voice. You have to use the phone and call the hotel, ask for the ingredients. Then you have to use a musical sheet because each note is associated with an ingredient of the cocktail, and then you figure it out. As you can see, there are large areas to explore. One of the most frustrating aspects about the game is that you have to walk a lot in this title. You have to sometimes walk around doing nothing, just simply to get from point A to point B. and you can mess around with this factory here. I'm very sure that we'll see Syberia 2 arriving on Android and iOS soon. Modern devices have this capacity, I'm sure about it. This is the road to the factory. The music is great, the voice acting is great, even the graphics are great, and the storyline is superb. From what I know, Syberia 3, the original continuation of the title, will arrive on the PC and consoles this year or the next. So yet again, areas to explore, a production line for robots, lots of levers to interact with. You're also going to find Oscar here, the robot, and he's going to need feet to be able to walk, and then hands, and then you'll be on a trip to Eastern Russia, and finally you reach Syberia at the end of the game. Those of you who love steampunk will love the atmosphere of the game, the little quirky puzzles, the little wheels, cogs and mechanisms that power up the factories, and Hans Vorarlberg's inventions. This is Kate's mother. Sometimes these phone calls are annoying, other times they're just cute. She's babbling.
Listen, Mom, I really don't have... Mom,
Thank God we can skip the dialogue, otherwise it would be a real pain to listen to her babbling. Let's see what we can do here. We can press anything or not. If you wind up the machine, it will go around. Typically steampunk stuff based on little wheels and everything. Of course, Syberia is not a perfect game. Sometimes it crashes, but that happens rarely, and it does not require in-app purchases, which is very cool. That was the little object that that arm picked up before, and now this little robot picked it up and put it there, so I can get the production line going and create Oscar's feet. There's not a lot of action going on. You simply tap the screen, which is what you'll be doing for the entire game. Listen to the dialogue, enjoy the voice acting and the beautiful story. Syberia is close to perfection, I would say. I'm being very biased here. I loved the game back in the days, back in 2002.
That looks broken.
That's a robot, and I guess I'm going to have to pull him down. And that's one of the centerpiece characters from the game, Oscar. So, long story short, I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10. It's a very solid title that we're playing here at Androidpipe.com on the Evolio X8 tablet. I'm enjoying the voice acting, atmosphere, the graphics, the puzzles, everything is just perfect. So 10 out of 10 here at Androidpipe.com. A must-have game. $5 is a very good price for it, especially considering its fame. It's a cult classic for many of us. That's it for now. Bye bye.